Welcome everybody to the Play the Surreal Dota podcast, to the episode 5. As
Mr. Synergy
usual,
messed up.
yes, Mr.
This is the
Synergy.
second time we have to record this, everyone.
Yeah, Mr. Synergy messed up because my setup was correct, but I had to do a little bit of a.
Oh, classic Dota player. Everyone else's fault, huh?
No, I'm not blaming anyone. This is my fault. I messed up. The setup is correct in the or like the setup I'm using is a little bit messed up in my hardware, and that affected my it affected my software recording. So yeah, I apologize to both of you. This is totally my fault.
That's
Time
Anyway,
wasted, and we're never gonna get fucking back.
anyway, I'm gonna skip the how are we doing because we've already said it.
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Tiger's
Yeah,
doing
me
very
too.
good.
How are you, Synergy?
Liberty is doing very good, and I'm doing also very good.
No, you're not, Synergy. You're not doing good at all. You told us you're having a bad day.
Yeah,
What are you
fucking
talking about?
debating us right there, man. What?
No, I literally this is my fault. I wanna apologize, and I don't wanna waste more of your time, guys.
Okay, then let me ask you a question. What can I buy with your apology?
Can I say except you're welcome?
I would like to say whatever you want, but that's not something I think I can afford.
Okay.
Sounds like sexy times.
Oh no.
I like the thought of that. No
But,
shot.
but when we're gonna meet, I owe both of you guys an alcoholic drink of your choice.
I don't drink alcohol.
I'm
abstinent.
What the fuck? Since when?
Since today.
Since today, okay.
I choose alcoholic drink of 1 shot of vodka and $1 million inside the drink.
I like that. I like that drink. I'll have one of those as well then.
Yes.
Let's choose it from the menu on the restaurant, please.
I mean, you're scared they don't have vodka or what? I think they have vodka. Don't
I
worry
think they
about
do
that.
have vodka, but I don't think they have a vodka with $1 million inside it. So.
Yeah, but that's your problem, not ours.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, before I found out that I messed up, we were talking about Topson leaving OG and seeking a new opportunity, preferably in EU. So if you guys could please elaborate and
Now I have to repeat what I said. Okay,
please.
like I highly doubt that like an existing team that's within the closed qualifiers, since there are no open qualifiers, right? Who's gonna lay off their mid that they've played with for the past should be entire year, right, or season? Is gonna lay off their mid to replace with Thompson, assuming he wants to play mid. Like the only team that are within the closed qualifiers that actually has a realistic shot of qualifying and that have an existing mid I can think of might be Nigma Galaxy, like laying off Sumail, since let's be honest, Nigma I don't think they've ever like what have they accomplished lately. So we have that. Other than that, I can think maybe an team that lay off their mid can use Thompson. Other than that, I don't see it happening, to be honest. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I think that there's probably a team out there that's looking to switch things up. I just don't know who it is. So I think, yeah, it's risky, but I guess it's hard. It's hard because it's close to TI. Tough one. But if I was a team that had kind of not done what I was supposed to do, I would probably make a change. And I would potentially talk about making you could also kick if there's an underperforming carry, some of those mids, maybe Thompson's not going to play as position one with quotation marks, but maybe there's a mid that would because him and when he played with Anna was almost always position one, but at other times, depending on who's been there, they've switched the position of Thompson and depending on the matchups and stuff. But he is flexible.
So you're saying Matama Man is gonna get kicked?
No, I'm just saying not necessarily from Liquid, but I'm just saying in general.
No, the only thing I can think about with that is that Matama Man gets laid off and then Mickey goes back carry, right?
What about Secret? Could he play Secret at any position?
Well, on Liquid or on Secret, they just picked up Resolution instead of iceiceice, right?
As offlaner?
Yeah, but you also have Crystallis and Nisha. Okay, they could lay off Crystallis, but he just got picked up.
Sorry.
Chrysalis is in Secret since when? I don't know. Not that long. Since
He left when
four
Pure
months.
when Pure changed for
yeah,
he basically
the
Pure got his
23rd
spot.
of May. Chrysalis is in his Secret since the 23rd of May.
Yeah, but to be fair, they haven't won anything with him. So
Yeah, but it's gonna be very difficult when there's nothing they actually are there for, because they didn't qualify to the major. Okay, that's something to argue about. I don't know. Could be, but then yeah, Nisha could go carry, but I don't see it happening, to be honest.
fair.
But could happen. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like, the other opportunity, of course, is that T1 right now released Gabi and Karol, which were their core and mid position. And Anna has been joining a lot of teams as a stand-in, namely Liquid and RNG.
The only two, right?
Yeah. So that might be, technically a
And that would
reunion.
also be realistic. That would, like, if Anna were to also be back, that they can qualify through the SCA.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, I don't know. Looking at where to qualify, SCA and SA are probably the weakest, right?
Yeah. Also, Topson is within the rules of regulation in terms of that he actually is living in SCA with his wife and a kid. So could be also like he was looking more for EU teams, but me personally, I agree with Tiger. I don't see much of teams picking him up. I guess it's like there are a lot of teams in speculation, but it is kind of hard, which is totally understandable, like from the team's perspective, that like changing up your mid laner, basically qualifiers right around the corner, and like he said it himself that he wants to like try and play with an actual qualified contender, which there
Right.
aren't many of, and the ones that are there, I'm not really sure if because like it might be like in like the players or in organizations heads, like we can get Topson literally for free almost, and he can play, and he's probably better than our mid laner. But it is also like on a human aspect, right? Like it's a kind of dick move to kick your mid player, which like literally put all the work for you for nearly 12 months, and then yeah, you bring in Topson. Like he makes the team better, but is he gonna make the team better in the long run? Of course, So that
Yeah.
is that is the question, but we will see for sure. Although it's gonna be interesting to see him back, nonetheless, and I am almost 100% sure that some team will pick him up for this qualifiers. The question is who and which region.
Right. Right.
Plot twist, e.g. kicking Abed for Thompson kick. Okay. The other thing which you, Tiger, mentioned, of course, Secret replaces iceiceice with Resolution after the Riyadh Masters, which was kind of to be expected, right? Like Ice, not to uh, turn his performance down, but he probably wasn't the right fit for Secret. On the other hand, Resolution with Zayed kind of is doing better since Yabzor obviously had to leave on a medical terms. So, do you guys feel like Secret is gonna do better with Rezo?
I'm not. Like better than with iceiceice. I definitely think so. But like the question is like what's like right now there to get that's qualified for TI. It's going to be very difficult. But I think Secret can actually do it. I think Secret can outclass like Liquid and Entity, but it's a what if, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting qualifier to say the least. I think this is like probably the most
it's the only one that's
stacked.
actually really exciting, right?
Yeah, it's stacked, right? There's going to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically some teams that you'd expect to be at TI that aren't there, and that's going to be sad in a lot of ways.
Yeah, this is one of the or like Last
Who's
year it was pretty close as well, I think, from Secret side. Like they were qualified through DPC points, but it wasn't, like confident, right? But this year, this might be the first time actually that Secret and Pape is not gonna be attending all the events or like all the internationals, especially Pape with right now being the only one who actually attended all of them, because like you guys mentioned, the teams in EU, like the quality is pretty high. Like Entity popped up a lot during this major. Uh, Nigma obviously is gonna be up there just based off the names. So, or at least they are expected, of course. So
so
yeah,
so just to go over it really quickly, just because I think it's really interesting, and I want to like put a quick note on it. Teams that are already like in the Western Europe qualifier. Liquid have TI winners. Entity did pretty well lately. It's a really strong team. Probably would be there if they'd had like the lineup they've had now for like consistently. The Team Secret, TI winners. Enigma Galaxy, TI winners. Goon Squad, did S4 win a TI? He did, right?
Yeah.
TI winners back in the day. Alliance. Sorry.
yeah.
Into the Breach. DGG Esports, who cares? Ivy, probably not going to do much. Team Bald Reborn, you never know. Monkeys, Brame, and X. I'm not super like worried about any of those teams, but those top kind of, I suppose, like first four I said. So Liquid, Entity, Team Secret, New Galaxy, and then Goon Squad, kind of on like the edge, I suppose, are like all potential TI teams.
Yeah.
Crazy. Team
Yeah.
Secret with a fucking whopping 79 DPC points this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, the last thing to iceiceice is he joined SMG with Bornlaw. So at least he's gonna be playing the SCA Open qualifiers, or like close qualifiers rather. Okay, the next thing, which I think we can go over now, right? So there are some pretty interesting news regarding the DPC and the DPC points qualification for TI, and this is regarding to Virtus Pro or Outsiders now, and Fnatic, where Virtus Pro, according to Wikipedia, have and now tell me, guys, what is the correct number? I know the last digit
I
is
have it here.
0.05.
I was watching it.
120.05.
Yeah, 1020.05. Yeah.
Yeah, and Fnatic is those
Yeah.
1020.
1020.
Yeah. And that is according to Wikipedia. However, according to official Dota2 website and the DPC point standings, Fnatic is the one who has 1020 points, and Virtus Pro is the one with 1019. Right? So that would mean that that the Fnatic should be the one who are automatically qualified for the TI rather than the outsiders or VP. And a lot of speculations come in because what, or like in the overall article, it says that the Dota website is rounding up the numbers, and therefore with all the down points that VP has, they should have lower amount than Fnatic, and Wikipedia is not doing that. And now the only thing there is to actually wait for Valve to announce the official teams that will be automatically on the TI. What do you guys think? How this is gonna get resolved? Because this is
Isn't
very
it?
interesting.
Isn't it that it like gets divided by the points the players earned while they were on the team? For example, outsider get minus 52 points because their plus 5 stood in during tour 1. like Ilias was removed, Pure was removed. Like, isn't that like the points these players have earned get deducted? Because DPC point wise, Outsider is also higher without the deduction, right? Like without the minus points, they get minus 109.95 points. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how it will result. I don't understand this at all because it says for some reason that they get deducted 28.245 points because Pure was removed from the roster on April the 30th. I don't know how it works,
Yeah,
but
because it's 15% of the total points that they were awarded.
15% is 28 points. I don't think so, but isn't it like what the points they earn get deducted?
Like, so say they
Oh yeah,
are
15%. Removing a player from DPC roster reduces 15% of all points earned by that time. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so the points they earned and then 15%. Okay, yeah.
So say they had like, some random weird number of points and then it would
Then
come up with a decimal.
yeah. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
why the decimal actually doesn't really make sense. I don't like understand the number that they got to get a point. Like if you think about it, 0.245. Oh yeah, actually it does make sense. Never mind.
Yeah, the after the decimal it makes perfect sense because you earn a certain amount of points, right? And then 15% of that it will be a number. So apparently like the numbers behind the decimal matter. I don't know.
All right. So I have a couple of points on this. So first of all, there's a tweet on this from Drop Bear.
Who
Like
that?
Mitchell, I don't know, something that's linked here about the person that pointed it out with the spreadsheet. First of all, I want to just say, he says Valve rounds up negative 29.7 to negative 30, right? And Valve rounds down from negative 28.2 to negative 28. But I'm sorry, that should be opposite. Valve's not rounding up to 29.7 to negative 30. They're rounding technically down because it's a negative number. Sorry, I just had to say that. Math nerds. No,
I mean,
anyone?
yeah, you're
You
correct.
understand what I'm saying?
I can follow you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, easy solution. Tiebreaker. Done.
It is actually true. That's not bad.
But that would actually, I actually like that idea as well because
Yeah.
then you can actually see like the most competitive team can go to TI, right?
Yeah, exactly, and it's fair. Like it's like fair. I mean, 1v1. Like let's go. Let's sort it out in the game. I actually liked it. Like probably a best of 3, right? Would be better. Not
Yeah, you
like
can do
best
a
of
best of
1 or
three.
not
So
like best of 1 or best of 2, but like best of 3 for sure.
Best of two is not doing
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So realistically, I think that would be amazing. Honestly, I think that would be amazing, and I'd love to watch that series with everything on the line, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on one series.
Yeah.
But what this is going to come down to is going to be the rule book, 100%. So Valve
Yeah.
will have something in the rules, and if they don't, they'll go on past, because this is not the first DPC time when when points have been
Deducted.
penalized. So what they'll do is they'll have to look back through their old records and go with the status quo.
Yeah.
So that's it. If they've been rounding up in the past as Valve, then they'll be rounding up as Valve is the source of truth for this as well. Liquipedia is a third party, so Valve is the source of truth here. So you have to go with whatever Valve says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your
Which I'm happy about
idea.
because I'd rather see Fnatic there than fucking
I
Viking.
mean, on a standpoint of which team I like more, I don't care. I think the more competitive team should be there, and I don't think SGA is as competitive, to be honest.
Well, their points total would argue with that, depending on which way you look at it.
No, because okay, then what point do you look at it? Because if we look at total points without deduction, Outsider should be there, right?
No, but the deductions are in there because
Yeah,
they
but
didn't.
then
Those are the rules.
yeah, then they're just as competitive. But I still feel like Fnatic is less competitive if I
But
look
then you
at
could
like the lineup.
just bring ringers in and stuff like that. You have to you still have to follow the rules, like more competitive within the rules.
Yeah, okay, but then okay,
We
you're
could. I think we could all agree that same thing we could be said for SA. So, yeah, SA
And if
having
one
a
region is
decent
not
team.
competitive at all, it's SA, but that doesn't matter because
I mean,
like
SA performed better than fucking NA at the
yeah, but
major.
is NA competitive? Like I'm not sure about that. Since like they usually have one or two teams that are competitive. Other than that, like they don't. But if you look at the qualifiers right now, like I think if you were to put Outsiders or Fnatic in either of those qualifiers, they would qualify. Like it's not about like I don't care. Like it's not about that. It's about like even if like Beast Coast, yeah, okay, they did well this major. Beast Coast, you can argue for. But then it ends there, right? Like in
Yeah.
Thunder Predator, what did they do at the major? I don't even know.
Thunder
They got out
Awaken.
after group stage, right?
Yeah, Thunder Awaken was the last team in the group, I think.
No,
And
no, no. They were above Sonics,
oh, they were above Sonic.
but
Okay.
with one game difference, like literally one game
Yeah,
different.
yeah. So like yeah, Thunder Awaken they crashed their DPC region. I think every single time they were second once, and then they didn't travel to the Stockholm major, so they had their own like small major, I think, same as China, and they won that one. There was enough points for them to qualify, and every single tournament they've been in, they didn't show absolutely anything. So, uh, like overall, it's very hard for me to believe they are even on the TI. But rules are the rules. They won the DPC. Apparently, one of the strongest team of SA. Comparing to Beast Coast, in my eyes, probably not. But yeah, we'll get to that in the major overall. But I really like your idea, Liberty. I think that would be like the best status quo overall. Like just get the teams to like a small quote unquote LAN, so they have even ground, no pink, anything like that. Just play best of three. Who wins takes it. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. Like you said, you're most absolutely correct. Valve is gonna decide, look at the rules, and choose the one team that's gonna be actually on the TI.
What do you think the chances there's visa issues as well? Just wondering.
Like of this, like
It's in Singapore, right? I think there are less visa issues with Fnatic in that case.
Mm. What about Russians?
I don't know. Somehow, like Misha and Chu are having problems with visas a lot, but outsiders are there. So I don't understand how that works.
yeah,
Probably because
There's,
they played before, so it's like the
what do you
new
mean?
visas. I heard them talk about this on something. I can't remember where it was, but basically, like if you're new applying for a new visa, the way it works in the United States, it's harder because they don't know you. But if you've been there before and like competed, you have like an existing record of having
Okay, but if
got
I
a
look
visa.
at it, does it go for like the team or does it go for like the players?
I think it's a player's individual basis, but I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. Like I have no
Okay,
idea for sure.
but then like on outsiders, there are also two players that don't that haven't played on much lands
Yeah, yeah. I'm not 100% sure to be honest. Bit of a
because
weird one.
like the past 4 and 5 on outsiders are relatively
new,
unexperienced
yeah,
and new, and the
Yeah.
offlaner as well. Well, like I don't understand that.
yeah. Well, whatever. We're gonna move on from this. We are gonna mention that Quicy Crew got the sponsor Soniqs. So they played under the Soniqs banner at the Arlington Major. Unfortunately, got out of the groups on the bottom.
Terrible investment by Sonics.
uh,
Don't even know what Sonics is, by the way.
Me
They
neither,
are pretty
actually.
known. They have like FPS teams. I think
Okay,
But what is it?
they're
Is it
pretty
just an
known.
esports org?
Yeah, esports or
okay. Well, that's pretty cool, At least, like, Quicy has been playing for, and help me, 3 years maybe? Under the quote unquote banner of Quicy Crew with no sponsor at all?
yeah, they have a team in Valorant, PUBG, Dota, Rocket League, and Rainbow Six Siege. And apparently, PUBG, Rocket League, and Rainbow Six Siege teams are very good. I have no clue about Valorant because I don't know what that is. I know what Valorant is, but I don't want to know it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good. So, hopefully they will get the support they need.
They actually won like the biggest PUBG tournament.
Okay.
with Sonic Esport.
Okay.
Like yeah. So at least that's what it says.
Solid. Solid. Solid.
Yeah,
All right.
they're actually like one of the biggest PUBG teams out there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we are gonna move to TI11, which
Oh, wait. One last point. Do you think,
yeah.
sorry, the sponsorship, does that have something to do with betting sponsors? Was that
What do
a
you mean?
thing? Like with Quicy Crew? Are they
No,
against
there
who is
was
it? Who
there
is it
was
that was against
Viha.
betting?
Viha.
Oh, we. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry.
VR wasn't allowed to like play or like be sponsored by betting sites because of his religion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just didn't know if it was related to Quincy. So Quincy just can't get a sponsor because Quinn looks like he's dying.
I mean, that's probably it, right? A lot of
No.
stocks go down when he actually dies.
Stonks. Bonk.
Oh,
Stocks, like
Jesus.
uh,
okay.
all right.
Okay, sorry to bring that back up.
So a little bit touch on TI11, and as almost I think every year there are these quote unquote type of issues are with the tickets that this year the ticket pricing was very high comparing to other years, and not just that, they have also been sold out in first 15 to 30 minutes. So almost
Nerds be
as
having money.
yeah, so almost as every year there are scalpers that snatch the tickets, and a lot of people that already made, as last year as well, made all the reservation, bought the flying tickets or reserved at least the flying tickets, and don't get to the TI itself. So overall, what's your take, guys, on this?
I mean, I don't know what word you said, but it means you buy the ticket so you can resell it for more money, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah,
Scalp.
Yeah,
that's how
scalp.
it
That's what.
works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know how it works, but like, I don't know. I hate that. A lot of people do that. I can probably also understand why because well, somehow it works, which is sad because then people who genuinely want to go can't go because
Mm.
it's too expensive. I don't know about the prices. I don't know why it's so expensive now. Not sure.
It might be also related to what you said that like it is Singapore, it is I don't want to say a city of wealth, for sure not. Like if we think of a city of wealth, it is Dubai, I guess, right? But
Singapore is very expensive though.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
one of the highest like per capita costs of living in
yeah.
the world because it's so small and they are quite affluent country.
I mean, but then I don't understand the decision to go with Singapore. Like, I don't understand that. If it's so expensive, like,
Well, the tickets sold out, so I
yeah,
doubt.
okay, apparently it doesn't matter. Well, maybe they don't have as much tickets. Do you know that? Like, I don't know how big the venue is or whatever. I don't know the detail.
Yeah, which would also like contribute to the cost. Also, like one thing to consider is like we're comparing the price. Like a lot of people are comparing the price to China. So one thing is like there's a lot less space in Singapore, and also like we're 2 years later after a lot of like macroeconomic and geopolitical issues that have been going on in the world, where inflation is out of control right now. So like my milk is also 25% more expensive, and my eggs are like 30% more expensive. So
Same
why shouldn't the
here.
tickets for a fucking you know optional event to be more expensive because they still have to like pay the staff more, they have to pay more rent, everything is going up in cost because it's all been frozen for COVID for like 3 years. So I personally don't think the tickets are that expensive comparatively. Yes, it sucks, especially because it's close to the SEA region and they generally don't have as much money, and it's Singapore is like technically right in the SEA region at the bottom of Malaysia, but like it's not really part of SEA as far as like cultural spending habits, let's say.
Hmm.
Culturally, sure, it's maybe a little bit closer, but it's quite a westernized place where they like it's actually a really interesting story. I don't know if you guys know the story of Singapore, but like 80 years ago, they were basically farmland and like not educated, and etc. And they had this king who actually recently passed away about 3 or 4 years ago. change the country by saying the only resource we have here in Singapore is the people, so we need to invest in them. So if you meet somebody from Singapore, they likely have a very good education and are very driven.
Oh, really? It's actually I didn't know that at all. It's actually some interesting background to it.
Yeah, he changed the country like in 80 years. Like it's insane to see like the transition. I'm just trying the king's name when he died. King of Singapore. But yeah, probably doesn't matter that much for me to look up. But I guess king would be the. I don't know. Maybe he's the president actually. King might be the wrong word these days. And now they have a woman president, which is great. Anyways, look, I'm going to stop googling because that's not very good. But yeah, it's a really interesting story. And yeah, my company's headquarters for Asia is, well, we have one in Japan as well, but Singapore is one of our offices, and technically, I guess Australia is not really Asia, but close.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So
that is really interesting. Yeah. Well, anyway, regarding this, I've also read that you shouldn't really buy. I mean, there obviously will be people that are gonna buy the tickets away from the scalpers anyway, because they just either it's gonna be like they didn't want to waste the money they already invested, and second, they still like want to go there and see the show overall. Um, but I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit in regards of like actually SEA people inviting, the others that didn't got the tickets to Singapore anyway, that they can make, like a custom room with a screenplay of the TI itself, so they can watch it together with like a smaller group of people, which I think is really nice. A lot of posts regarding the recommendations what to do in Singapore if you choose to go there and like at least have a vacation there, which is also very nice. Recommending a lot of restaurants, places to visit, etc., which I think it is very very nice. The other thing that I read also was about not buying the tickets from the scalpers, because there actually is a rule that when you buy the tickets, after you get to the tournament, you need to provide your ID and email address, and I think something else was also mentioned there in regards of them like allowing you in on based on the ticket. So basically, if like one guy purchased 300 tickets, 299 of them would have no value, basically. So there is going to be only one like or like the scalper would be able to go onto the event only with one of those tickets, and the others would be neglected. And I am pretty sure that like this quote unquote like pre-purchase of tickets works for only a certain amount, right? I think on these events you can still buy tickets like on the place, right? It's just gonna be, more annoying, more crowded, I would say, but otherwise this should still be a thing, right? Like you don't sell out just like 20,000 tickets. I think they sold like what?
I mean, why would they do that exactly? I don't think they do that. At least I don't know about that. It's usually with the case when there are still tickets available, you do that. Otherwise, you don't do that because that's a terrible business model.
Yeah, but I mean, like, didn't they did that on previous TIs as well? Like
I
in
don't know,
regards of
but
the scalpers, I think they did. I'm not sure, but I think they probably did. I mean, obviously, we cannot really know in regards of Romania because, like, to put it nicely, Romania TI was scuffed to the bone. Not scuffed from the Valve, rather more scuffed from Sweden, specifically Sweden government that agreed to have the TI, then decided to not have the TI and instead have a crowd CS:GO tournament on this on basically the same date, which is pretty bonkers. But yeah, um, then moving to Romania, and obviously the global pandemic, which was the main reason why the crowd wasn't on TI10. But yeah, so in my eyes, it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna be solved out. I think probably the tickets that aren't gonna be like taken out, they are probably gonna go to the resale, quote unquote.
Yeah. I have a bit of an opinion on this. So, okay. So for scalpers, I think that there's some scalping for sure. Definitely. But I also think that, like, you look at the past, I don't know what the capacity here, I'll look it up real quick. But in the past, TI has been held at arenas in Vancouver, Seattle, China, and they've all been somewhere between, let's say, 15 and 20,000. Usually, most like hockey or basketball stadiums in North America are somewhere between like 17 and 22. And I know that, like, GM, I used to live 5 minutes from where it was held in Vancouver. It's about 18,000, and the arena, or I think it's called Climate Pledge Arena now, is about 17,500. Seattle. I just Googled how big the location is in Singapore, and it's 12 to 15, if depending on the configuration. But I believe they do seating, like everyone has a seat, like not standing. So it's 12,000. So that's like 33% less seating capacity. So if they were trying to make similar revenue, and let's say the cost was similar price for the arena, or maybe even a little bit less, that would kind of make sense with the ticket prices. I think also one thing to consider is with allocation is that a lot of it will go to corporate sponsors, which are getting more and more every year. So Valve will probably be shifting, or whoever's producing it. I don't know if they are hiring a third party to help produce it as well. I know Valve usually is more involved with TI than other tournaments, but they'll have, for example, like I'm sure Red Bull and I'm sure Razer, and I'm sure like all these companies that sponsor the event have a certain allocation of tickets to give out to their fans and stuff like that. So that's another consideration as well. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. All right, and the last thing I want to touch upon was that during the major, guess what was announced? A True Sight trailer. Finally, we got it after nearly a year. We got, or like almost, no, it's more, right? Like it's a year and a half. We got the True Sight trailer. You guys watched it? I believe you did, right?
It's not a year and a half, right? Like it's 17th of October, 21 that it played.
Yeah. Okay, so
That's
it's
almost a year.
almost a year.
Yeah, excited. I always love it. I think the production has been really good. I'm excited to see the stories from behind the scenes, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Happy to see
Yeah,
it.
let's go. Let's watch it. Very cool.
Not as excited as when OG is in it. Not just because of like that I
I
am
think
an
it's
OG
less
fanboy.
exciting because there are no like English speaking teams in it, so you just have to assume that the translation is the correct one, right?
Penis, 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 vagina, vagina, vagina.
That's all I would say during a TI finals.
No, you'd say I'm so good at Dota.
Yeah, have I ever
so
told
bad
you
at this
guys I'm
game.
very good at Dota? Well, must be true then, right?
You know what? I would actually fucking love to see Tiger on in like a True Sight in a grand final. And
Oh, I
like
would go fucking ballistic, man. I would go fucking berserk. Like I was watching the major final yesterday, how Toronto, Tokyo, and like clapping during the game and stuff like that. I would do that at times 100. Like seriously, I would.
haters, where are you now?
I mean, trash talk. That's where I shine, man. Like you want me in the final because of the trash talk, not because of my
No,
plays.
like to be honest, yesterday I actually had a dream of me and Tiger playing in the grand finals. Unfortunately, not Liberty, but
Okay, man.
I
Kick him when he's down.
I had a dream, and I like do you know
Sorry, I was
when?
just laughing at the thought of you making it to a TI. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I had to fire back at something. Sorry.
yeah, I know.
I was just sitting here by myself, like in the green room, being like, "Guys, hey guys, do you guys want to play a turbo?"
Do you guys want banana? Banana? Water?
I mean, I can actually picture the moment, right? Like we're preparing for the grand final, and then everybody comes in. Yes, Dota Turbo.
Turbo, let's go before the grand finals. We
Where
can
you
make
at?
money.
At Synergy. Where you at?
I'd probably be wasted.
No, and the way how I found out that it is just a dream and not reality was not because I wake up, but it was because we picked. It was Team Magnanimous versus someone, I don't know who, and we picked Rubik, and we played offline duo together, Tiger. And you said that you don't feel playing Rubik into Enigma that the other team picked, so you said, Sidrich, go for Rubik. That's how I figure out it is just a dream, because you would never say that ever in your life.
Okay,
Yeah,
must be
uh,
true then.
yeah, and that's how it ended. But I didn't got to see if I won the TI, at least in my dreams.
At least some of your dream. Even in your dreams, you can't win TI.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if somebody has a dream that they are on in a grand finals and they lose, that must be one of the saddest dreams they will ever have, I think. At least like a Dota fan related, or like Dota topic related rather. Yeah, True Sight was announced to be on a
Oh,
24th of what,
September.
September. Yeah, so in a month and 9 days from now, or actually less, right? It's
No, month and
month
nine.
month and nine. Okay, so yeah, pretty excited. It's gonna be really cool to watch. From the trailer, what I also like, the last thing I wanna mention to it is that there was actually a scene of OD Pixel casting. So the back into the claws of spirit. So I think it would be pretty cool to actually see, like the caster reaction in a true sight. Like I don't think in previous true sights there was something like this. So I think it's gonna be very cool. I'm really, really looking forward to it, as I think everybody actually is.
Well, why does it take almost a year to make that? I'm wondering that.
I don't know, but the change over the last True Sight trailers is that this one is actually the longest out of all of them.
Okay, good to know.
So
That's not what I asked.
it might be even longer.
That's not what I asked.
I know, but like if you are making longer True Sight Corona shit, like it can take some time. Obviously, me myself, I'm probably the most sad person about the True Sight in general, because we are getting this actually so late, like just before the TI basically. So yeah, but that's what it is. Like, we cannot change anything about that. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. And now we're gonna move on to the main topic, which is the PGL Arlington Major, which had its finals, grand finals, played out yesterday. You guys watched it,
yeah.
Yes.
and what do you think?
Game 2 is amazing.
Game two was so dope. Yeah.
I
Game
think
one, not my taste.
all I can say about PSG LGD is they are so good at. I'm choking. Sorry.
Not sure if I can put that on YouTube, if it wouldn't be like some.
You can
Yeah,
put
I
that
think
shit
I
on
can.
YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a naked video of Liberty on YouTube, so you can put that there as well.
Very nice. Get my
Yeah.
nipples out.
Yes.
That's how you know you're having a dream of TI. I'm the new content creator instead of Slacks, and my nipples are all over the
I mean,
screen.
I would watch that sooner than watch Slacks.
I would be good at content creation.
Yeah, but
I'd be
you
good.
also would be more interesting than Slack.
I don't think I'd have the game knowledge to do like the analyst side of things, but I could like potentially do. I'd be better than James Banks or Black or whatever his name is. He's terrible. I think.
Well, hold up, you're bashing Black?
No,
No,
he
James
means he
Banks.
means
Oh,
James
bang.
Banks.
I didn't know if his name was Banks or Blacks or whatever his name was.
Yeah, James Banks. He was bashed a little bit because he was trying to, like, in every single interview he had with PSGL he always tried all the players to, like, uh, have some, like, trash talk, spicy comments to the opponents. But PSG LGD, they are very humble players. All of them, they are very respectful to their opponents. So obviously, they didn't give in to the quote unquote like interview questions that James Banks put in. But you know, it
But I
is.
like trash talk, especially during finals. I like that. I
Yeah,
mean, where are the haters now?
yeah.
Yes.
Well, that wasn't really related to like trash talk against LGD. It was more
I
related
know,
to.
but it's trash talk. Like, let's go.
I mean,
Give it.
that type of trash
Bring it.
talk, I'm fine with. You know, so.
I'm very good at trash talk, so I like it.
Yeah. But anyway, spoiler alert for those that didn't watch the finals. Team Spirit won 3-2-1.
Wasn't like Liberty's noise a spoiler alert?
I mean, not really.
Oh, okay. Are you
So
okay?
yeah, so Team Spirit won 3-1 in a best of 5 grand final. So they got a little bit, you know, onto PSG LGD side after those Rian Masters after the quick 2-0 in the
And they
best of 3.
played upper bracket finals as well, right? Or in the upper
Lower
bracket, yeah, upper
brackets.
bracket. No, upper bracket finals. PSG LCG
Oh
Team
yeah,
Spirit.
that's true also. Yeah, so like they lost to PSG LGD in the upper bracket. They defeated Astra in the lower bracket and faced off LGD again, and they won. They had an interesting performance on the major overall. I feel like, right? Like they
Who?
didn't go Spirit. They didn't got off to like a super good start, but they like got better. Kind of reminded me of the TI actually. It was very similar. Like they
I
didn't
mean,
get
it's
off
the
to.
same scenario, right?
Yeah,
Like it's literally the same scenario because on like uh PSG LGD went in as the favorites. Team Spirit came from lower bracket, and then like in during the finals as well, everybody's like, "Oh, PSG is undefeated; they're gonna win this." And then Team Spirit comes in and swoops it up. I think it all got made like game two. If you haven't watched it yet, go do it. But like that's where it happened. Like I think if PSG LGD would have won that game, then Spirit would have lost. I guess because then the reverse sweep wasn't gonna happen. But
Mm,
what?
yeah.
What? You interrupting me, man?
No, I didn't mean to. Go ahead.
Okay. No, that I talked a bit about it with Synergy already, but I think like game one was like, yeah, okay, what's Team Spirit gonna do about the Pudge, right? But game two, three, I don't know why PSG pulled out the Naga. I don't have we seen it at all in the major like the Naga? Why would you pull it out now? I don't understand.
I believe we didn't. I think that was the first Naga game in the tournament. I will
Yeah.
check, but I'm
I mean,
pretty sure.
in like in the playoffs, PSG LGG played no Naga until the final, which I don't understand. And then you do it once, which is like, eh. And then you do it twice, and you get the second time you get demolished. But to be honest, like I don't know, but I feel like the finals, if someone choked, it was definitely Ame. I like I think game two got to him for sure, but like Ame choked. The rest of the team didn't play good either because game three, Sinkyu Earthshaker was kind of eh, right? Like he gets caught with the blink, cannot blink, reveal. They win the team fight, they snowball heavily. Like also the draft, I don't know about the draft, but like game four draft was like second, but third pick overall Quap in Razor with like Quap with Chen in Razor, and then you respond with Earth Spirit Kunka Io. I don't get it at all, like draft wise. I don't get LGD at all. But I think like Ame choked super hard, even more than the rest of the team. I think like also LGD could have won this for sure. Like game three was also kind of like LGD was very far ahead. Only sure thing was game one and game three. Other than that, LGD could have won any game, in my opinion. But they choked. I agree with that. But I think I can be considered a dick. I don't give a fuck. But definitely think if anyone choked, it's Ame for sure. At least I don't think he played a good finals at all. Not even game one. Yeah, he dominated on the Pudge, but that was the nature of the matchup, right?
I just want to correct myself. The Naga was actually picked 5 times, twice in the finals from LGD, twice from Astra actually, and once from Tundra.
It's a very Chinese Dota meta hero right now. I know Tundra did,
Naga.
but yeah, it was played a decent amount in the Chinese DPC.
I think Naga right now is a very good hero. As in, like, it's a BKB meta, right? Like, for everybody that heard during the finals, every pro says it, but like, BKB on any hero at any time is a good item. Yes, I said that. I showed that yesterday as well. But like, Naga deals very good with that, and I think Naga right now is very good as well. Could be very good as well.
Yeah, I just think they probably like crumbled under the pressure, and I think that they had like the loss of TI hanging over them as well. So like in the big matches, they just seem to crumble. It's not like the first time. They've been the best team consistently for what 3-4 years now, and they haven't won. TI, they've lost quite a few major tournaments. Like, look, still really good. Getting second, it's really hard to win a Dota tournament, but they only lost what 2 games. So they lost 1 game to Soniqs randomly, was it, and 1 game to OG in the up until the
Yeah,
grand final, and then they lost 3 games in the grand final.
3 games in a row as well.
Yeah, 3 games in a row, which like it's very strange. So it was they weren't able to adjust. Like I don't know what happened. Like whatever, but I don't know. They need to sort that out. Maybe get some mental coaching.
Well, like, it's a two-way street, right? Like, it's just not LGD was dominating. Yeah, they're choking, but also team spirit got a lot better as well, especially like off the momentum off game 2. Like, I think, like, if Spirit would lose game 2, then it would be 3-0 for sure for LGD. But because of the momentum and the domination and the confidence they get from it, like, they can ride it, and I think Spirit did that a lot as well. They played more games as well, and they lost as well, so they know what to do and what not to do a bit better. As in, like, the meta during the major, I think, like especially during the finals, after, like, with the draft wise, I think Spirit played the meta in a different way. LGD didn't understand it as good, in my opinion, or they stuck to the guns they knew, not what was needed, right? Because like game 3, I think is a perfect example for that. Sinq, Earthshaker undefeated during the entire major, and then in all those games they paired up with like Razor or at least a ranged offlaner, and now they put it with a Timber, and they just got crushed.
Clapped.
Yeah, they got smacked, schlepped.
Mm,
You get my point.
yeah. Alright, in regards of that, there has been also one small little detail to the entire playoff segment of the major, which was that Beast Ghost, by defeating Fnatic in the first round of the lower bracket, actually secured EG a spot on TI, where EG didn't perform as I, in my prediction, hoped for. Not that I'm a fan, but I expected them to do a lot better than to get smashed by Entity 2-1.
I mean, I used to be an EG fan, but that like last year, it's kind of washing away.
I don't want to talk about how bad our cheesy is anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither.
In regards of RNG, a huge disappointment, but
How? Tell me how.
Well, I would say it is mostly because of the fact that they didn't had like the entire roster there. Like me and Tiger, we've talked about it in regards of Anna, right? Like I agree. Like some language barriers and standing in for a already set out team and stuff
I
like that.
mean,
So
I don't know, but like them, like they were playing with the stand-in, right? Like in Anna, but I also think like, um, yeah, they have big names in their team, but like Elephant was the perfect example from that, right? Like I I don't know, but like Elephant was the perfect example. Even though you have big names, you still have to make it work. Like the rest of the team, they're all big names, but like Ghost, I don't know him that much. But other than that, they're 4 big names. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you get high or you're a good team. Like Elephant proved that. Like you have the four. Like I think Elephant had like the best players in the specific role in one team, and they couldn't make it work. Same goes for RNG, in my opinion. And then you have on carry. On top of that, you have Ana, who's like the best carry in the world result wise. Like the only carry in the world that wins 2 TIs, so you can't argue with that. But like, still doesn't make that you're a good team. You have the good synergy together. Like not at all. Look at like for example in soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, like PSG, Paris. Like what are like they have the biggest names in all of football, but they can't accomplish anything. They have the most money for like to buy their team. They can't accomplish anything. Same goes for RNG. Like big names doesn't necessarily mean a good team.
I would agree with that if it wouldn't for RNG winning China DPC quite confidently. So they were really highly rated to go to this major, and Ghost didn't make the visa issues. So that's why it's kind of disappointment, you know. But on the other hand, also not like still getting to the playoffs with a stand-in should be like quote unquote good result. If Ghost would have been there, I think it would be very interesting, in my opinion. Also, in regards of Aster, Aster was second in the China DPC, very close by behind RNG, and they made it to the top 3.
But
So
like, what does it even say that you do well in the DPC? Like, they're just like there are no playoffs, right? At least not in China. I don't know about the rest. But yeah, like in the region, you play well, but it's also about adapting to, like, for example, like during this major, PSG LGD was like the favorite, right? But they come in fourth. Like they needed a tiebreaker to uh, be fourth, right? Otherwise, they would have been say, tied with 3 and 5. Like I
I
or
mean,
and Aster as well. Like they have all have the same result. Like DPC, like winning convincingly. That term for me is like doesn't mean anything because the DPC regional thing for me doesn't mean as much. Yeah, I sound like a dick. I don't care, but I don't like. For example, Beast Coast, they were second in their DPC as well. So which means you expect them to do much worse than TA. While TA like Thunder Ray can get fucking slapped, and Beast Coast did against all odds performs nicely, right? So that like dominating the DPC or whatever you just said, like that means nothing to me.
yeah, I just mean it like obviously that's your opinion. Like I don't entirely agree with it, but to me it's like it's for me it's hard to judge RNG based on the fact that they didn't have the entire roster. Same thing could be said to Fnatic because Fnatic, as we all know, had 3 different players. Basically, it was TSM FTX playing with 2 stand-ins of Fnatic, and I mean they didn't perform that bad considering the fact that like they played again like with like this stand-in roster, quote unquote. They got to the upper bracket, got knocked out by T-Master, and then got knocked out by Beast Ghost. Like overall, not a bad performance considering the roster, right? Same goes for Entity. They also had Saberlight, and they got to pretty nice seeding. I think they were top 8.
Entity did very well. Yeah, they lost to Aster. They were top 8,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
top
overall,
five,
pretty good
six actually.
performance. Yeah. Navi, on the other hand, kind of disappointment. I think they were also rated a bit higher, and they finished up in groups.
Was
Tantra,
that being rated higher also as well because they were second in the DPC
I mean, also
regional?
you need to base the first quote unquote ratings on like the regions because like I am biased, but for me certain regions are just better than the other. Europe beginning as a number 1.
I mean that has nothing to do with being biased. That's the truth. Like we all know that's true.
Yeah.
But like for example, what am I basing it on? Like the DPC doesn't mean as much to me because for example we had the Riot Masters, which was the LAN tournament before, which PSG had LGD won, where Team Spirit came in second, where OG was fourth, where RNG did okay, right? Like you can base it off of that as well. Like Tundra didn't do much there, and they didn't do much on the major either. Same goes for Liquid. Like you can base it off that. I don't care about the DPC at all. Like obviously Aster wasn't there, so you can't really judge. I don't know. Like didn't we have like a ESL thing, or that's coming up? The ESL, right?
That is coming up right now. Yes.
Why is Nigma invited? Okay, I'm wondering. I know, but
Is it the Malaysia?
yeah, the ESL Malaysia Nigma is invited. Keck. Ha! Seriously, why? Alliance as well? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what we've covered on I think 2
Okay.
episodes back.
But it doesn't
Specifically the
matter. Like
Alliance.
like for me, the Riot's Master would be more of a measuring point than the DPC season, right? Which
Mm,
is like they're similar. PSG one, Team Spirit second. You can argue about that. OG doing well.
yeah.
RNG doing okay.
Yeah, I guess. Like the only thing I didn't like about the Riyadh Masters was that like 7 teams were invited, which like
Yeah, there was
I don't
one
know.
from Saudi Arabia. You know, like
Uh,
the format was very weird for me.
yeah, yeah. But like overall, yeah, I guess you could agree that's like it has a higher rating rating status quo than the DPC overall. I would say that yes, yes, I would agree.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, because like to be fair, you know, $500,000 in regards of 4 million. Yeah, that's
But that
some
was
quite a
because of the
difference.
Dubai shit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, of course. But still,
but still, yeah.
exactly. Well, just to close this out, overall, do you think this was a good major?
Upper bracket finals, yes. Lower bracket, no. That was just for me. I mean, the games entity showed up, but like the fact that entity is showing up concerns me, which is nice for them, but it also shows that there's a shift of metas and shift of players. Liquid, EG, not performing. Fnatic, the name we all know, not performing, which is weird. RNG, the names on RNG not performing, concerning. I don't know. I like it. I have to get used to the new players or next generation coming in. I like the major. I mean, I'm usually a fan of every LAN tournament.
Yeah. OG could have done a bit better, but you know.
Yeah, but it also standing, right? I think, like, I mean, OG came in fourth. I don't like,
I'm
Yeah.
I
just
don't
joking
know.
because I'm being fanboy.
Yeah, me too. I'm a OG fanboy, but like fourth with stand in after winning a major, like, I don't
It's
know,
good.
nothing to complain. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I think I actually think that it would be very nice to see if they would made it past Team Astra and then played against Team Spirit in the lower bracket. I think
I
that
mean,
would
at
be
that
really,
point,
really interesting.
yeah, it would be interesting because then I'm not sure if Spirit went up there and maybe LGD would have won then or maybe OG would have won again. Who's to tell? I also like the fact that Chinese teams didn't win, and I'm a Spirit fanboy as well. If I were to make a choice, so I don't like Chinese Dota at all. I don't like PSG LGD.
Is it unpopular opinion that I think that Amar is potentially one of the weak points of the OG lineup?
No, it's not an
Like, I
unpopular opinion.
I think when he pops off, he's like probably one of the best players in the world. But like when you're playing against really hard opponents, you're not going to have that option to be always
Do you
necessarily.
think he's the weakest?
I think he's the weakest. Yes.
It depends. If Misha's there, then Misha's the weakest by far.
Yeah, that
But
is true.
then
I agree.
I think Amar's hero pool is limited, like
But
to
I also
four.
have this. I don't know why, but I also have to feel. Sorry that I'm interrupting you, but I just want to say, like, I have the feeling when Amar's not having a good game, they're doing everything to make sure he gets a good game. Like, either he's very vocal when he's not having a good game, or he's very, like, I don't know. Uh,
Whiny.
yeah, whiny. Thank you. That's the word. Yeah, exactly, whiny.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say.
Yeah, obviously we are not in the comms with them, so we cannot tell for sure.
No true
Yeah.
side either to check it, right?
The other thing
Yeah.
is to consider is that like the team has been together for less than a year. Like they formed, what was it, like December last year after last TI? He
Mm-hmm.
had the new
Yeah.
roster announced, and
And to be fair, they immediately popped off. They really played good in the first DPC. Like really played good. And
They
that
have been
continued
together
throughout.
for
Like
the 21st of November 21.
I think they played before that. They played.
No, it says here join date
yeah,
21st of November
it's
2021.
it's almost
Oh,
9 months almost.
I thought they played. Anyways, look. They played a tournament before that though. Anyway, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. And it says they played one on the 19th as well of 2021.
The 19th?
November 19th. December 19th. Of
Yeah, that
2000.
we're saying November, so that's after.
Yeah, that's after they joined.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah, I thought you were saying first of. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just feel that Amar, when he is on, that's great. He's one of the best players, but like you have to be able to fight through adversity, and his hero pool is limited.
I
And I
also
think he'll
like
be
the fact.
targeted as well.
Sorry. Go.
Go ahead. No, I'm done.
No, I'm sorry.
I can't speak anymore because I'm just assuming you're going to interrupt me.
No, I won't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just joking. Go. I'm literally done.
I also think it's interesting the fact that you also like Misha being the weakest factor. Well, he's also the captain. We like past 5 doesn't really matter that much, right? That he's the weakest factor, as in. But still, the fact that you just say that, and I think it as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a bit of a silly opinion because we've never seen him at a LAN.
But would that was like would OG perform just as well, or maybe even better?
Did he play at the Riyadh? I can't remember.
No.
No.
So he didn't play at Riyadh. He didn't play at
He
the
didn't play
ESL,
anywhere. He
Stockholm.
played DPC. That's where he played. That was it. Not a single tournament with full roster actually from OG.
No, he did play Riyadh.
He did play Riyadh?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
And they did all right in Riyadh.
Yeah, they were 4th.
Yeah.
3rd, 4th.
Well, that's fine, right? Like,
Yeah, he
he
did. He
lost
also
to
gave the best.
LGD.
He also gave the best interview in the
Oh yeah.
Riyadh.
That's why he didn't go to this tournament. He's like, I got paid already. I don't need to go.
I got 25K, 50K actually, but 25 for the best interview.
It's a year's salary in Mother Russia.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, fair enough.
All right. Interesting idea. Or opinion, rather.
That's bullshit. We both talk out of our asses. We have no idea. Let's wait till we see him at a LAN.
And this is your typical 1.5K opinion, right?
Let's wait for TI. Let's wait for TI.
A lot of people talk like Seb and NoTail and like a lot of other like analysts talk about Misha as like he makes some mistakes and stuff like that, but like he has like big brain play, you know, the way that he enables his team. Like he'll throw his body on the line a lot is what they like a lot of people say. So maybe he is good in a way. Like NoTail used to do that style, play that style of 5 all the time. And he won TIs with it.
Nisha has the style of support like that the classics one do, right? Like Puppy, No Tail, Kuroki. They play the same style, right?
I don't know about Poppy. He's probably the greediest position 5 in the world.
I mean, he changed that, but he used to be like Chen
Yeah.
Master, right? Like he won TI with Chen as well. Like, and
Yeah.
Chen, like if you play Chen, you play that kind of play style. Miposhka is a very good example of that as well. I don't think Miposhka is particularly good at Dota, but he plays that kind of style.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so this will be the main topic done regarding the Arlington Major, and now we are gonna move to the last topic, which is the Hero Spotlight.
No.
Yeah. Or do you wanna have something to add?
No.
Okay.
I just don't want to pick.
I mean, if you don't wanna pick, we can give Liberty the choice.
Yes.
Okay, then Liberty, your choice.
The only hero he plays. We already talked about.
There are a lot of heroes he can choose from.
I'm gonna pick what's his name? I have to look it up. Oh yeah, Arun Ka from Heroes of New Earth.
Who? We are doing Dota, bro. Like,
He's just
Uh,
messing with you, man.
No, I haven't prepared. So I don't know, to be honest. I'd say like if you wanted to do something on a hero, you could look at like who the hero of the tournament this time was. Potentially,
Naga?
I think it was probably Puck was probably the most
No, I think the
contested.
most contested were Dazzle Chen.
Oh, sorry. Did I? Sorry.
yeah, we did
What's that?
Dazzle.
Sorry. Did you say? What was the first hero you said there?
Dazzle.
I'm
Chen, you
sorry.
mean? Chen, I
Oh,
said Chen first, but
Dazzle.
after that I said
You remember a
Dazzle.
couple of weeks ago when you told me this hero was trash?
I never said it was trash. What the fuck?
I remember.
I
I
never
remember you
said it
said
was trash. I
you
said
were
going
not a
shard
fan.
first item is trash.
Not a fan. Not a fan of the hero.
Did I say that?
Looks like 1.5k Liberty is on the same page as the pros. Just saying.
No, you're just you think free MMR because Dazzle's broken. No, I don't think I said Dazzle was bad
No, you
or shit.
did,
I think going shard first item was
folks.
shit. I mean, you
You
could
did say
check
that as
back in the
well.
fucking podcast. I never said it was bad.
If you wanna check, it was episode 3.
Yeah.
And spoiler
Timestamp
alert.
35 minutes.
Tiger indeed said or agreed with me that Dazzle is in okay spot. He didn't say it
Okay.
was shit. He
I said
it was
by going
shit
shard
by
first
going
on
shard
+5
first.
Dazzle.
Yes.
That's shit.
Yes.
But
I saw
like
it a few
that's my.
times
I mean that
in the
yeah, you
tournament.
saw it as a pro, but you can't argue with pros doing it because like the thing is like like the perspective I'm talking about is like the pubs I play, right? 5K pubs like
I don't want to.
and below.
I don't want to go back into it. I'm just trying to get you worked up, which I've done. So,
Yeah.
success. Hero spotlight. Look. Let's see. I don't know.
Your time. That's okay.
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, we don't have places to be at all, no nothing.
I don't have one. I'm put on the spot too much.
Okay, yeah, same here. Okay, I want to talk about darks here. Let's do it.
Okay, then Tiger's choice. So we keep it as is. Dark Seer then. Alright, go on.
Fun hero. Thumbs up. Upvote for me.
you,
I
have
no,
to, you have to go a little bit more.
Oh,
than
I have to
that.
talk. I don't want
Yeah.
to talk. I mean, I like how Darkshire right now is super undervalued. Think like his win rate is not that bad. You don't see it like he actually has. Do quick maths. 49-ish% win rate. 50 almost 52 on offlane actually, but still like I think the hero is super always nerfed. Like vacuum is super shit, but his like spells are very good in team games, right? That's why he or like team like pro Dota, like playing actual 5 stack v5 stack. I think he's valued a lot. Why? Because of his skill set. Obviously, I think Iron Shell is one of the best spells in all of Dota. Vacuum is one of the best spells if it were not for the cooldown. Like 60 seconds level 1, why? 30 level 4. You cannot just use Vacuum to like farm or whatever, because when a fight breaks out and you don't have it, you're kind of fucked. I think the talents are amazing. I think the axe is really good. Plus, like the two charges and the Iron Shell lasting additional 15 seconds. Okay, I correct myself. Darkshire has a 49.43% win rate apparently, and is the 119th most popular hero.
that makes him one of the lowest popular
Yeah.
heroes in Dota.
That's why I want to talk about.
And you're telling me why do you always pick these fucking shit heroes?
mean,
119.
What was the last game we played? I played as Darkshire. The second last game I played Darkshire. Please tell my score.
I don't remember, but you did very well.
18-3. Who was the most net worth? That was me. Who dealt the most damage in the entire game? That was me. On Darkshire. But I still think the hero is very good, but it's just very shitty because he keeps getting hit with the fucking nerf hammer. Like I said, like Vacuum, stupidly fucking spell. They changed the search like what 3 times in the last patches. Why?
Too strong.
Like I don't understand. What?
Too strong of a spell.
Maybe. Probably. I mean, I like Darkshire a lot because I think Iron Shell is one of the best like spells in the game, but it also has to do with the fact that what heroes are popular right now, right? Like not really much heroes that really synergize with Darkseer. Usually people think like Darkseer is wombo combo. Not a lot of like if you look at meta, not a lot of heroes that synergize with that, right? Because like Dazzles, Chen, most contested heroes, Viper offlane, Razor offlane, DP being popular right now, like they don't synergize with Darkseer. Zeus being popular doesn't synergize with Darkseer. Marcy being popular, Marcy actually kind of does, I guess, but not as much. Like PL got picked a lot, Tiny gets picked a lot. Tiny does like on a level synergize with Darkseer, but not really like Wumbo combo. That's why he's not popular at all. And for some reason, he keeps getting hit with Nerf Hammer, which I don't understand.
It's a bit interesting that, like, since you are mentioning the heroes, I think Nyx used to be one of the typical combos with Darkseer.
Yeah, Nyx, Earth Spirit, Spirit Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see them like in current meta.
Yeah, and especially it's weird because like Dawnbreaker, I mean, he isn't really up there, but like he's still there. Nyx, one of the best heroes against the Dawnbreaker actually, because you can just pop the spike carapace during the ult, and the ult stops. Simple as that. So
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
That's like Darkseer is also like countered a lot. For example, Oracle, Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Oracle, like Lone Druid is kind of in meta right now as well. Very good against it. Like Faceless Void got banned every game in the major finals. Very good against Darkseer. Um, Earthshaker Bristleback, very good against Darkseer. But also, if you like, according to Dota buff, it says best versus PL, which we saw, Naga, which we saw, Jen, which we see. I don't know why that is, but apparently it's very good against it.
Because you put Iron Shell on creeps, and if the champ player is really bad, then his entire army dies. Which in pubs, to be fair, can happen a lot. In pro scene, probably not as much. But overall, like Chen creeps used to be like inside the team fight, or
Ooh,
usually like hugging someone, right? Like you can get the
Darkshear's actually. Oh, sorry. I'm interrupting again.
yeah, all good. Like you can actually like you have usually the small centaur with magic resist right now being really popular. Back around like a year ago, that creep was almost the main creep that Chen wanted to get in team fight. Right now, same thing. If you put an ion shell on it, usually that creep is hugging someone in the team fight, preferably someone from your team to provide that aura, because that aura, like, it is big, but it's not, like
I,
super astounding. So you can deal a lot of damage just by putting Ion Shell on the creeps. On the other hand, why would you do that, right? But overall, yes, it is very good versus Chen. Like, I can attend to that because it is
I
not fun.
mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just throwing stats out there, right? Darkseer in the Arlington Major has 100% win rate.
From how many games?
One.
I mean, still something, at least.
At least it was picked, right?
Better than Naga, for sure.
Yeah, better than Naga in the finals. Kick. I like Darkseer. I think it's way underrated. It probably could use some buffs, otherwise it would have been picked. But it's kind of like usually the case when it's either very good or very bad, right? And I think right now it's very undervalued because with also the BKB meta being so much there, Darkseer suffers.
Hmm. I
Your
mean,
opinions?
um, Liberty, go on. I will do later.
to be honest, I'm not an expert on the hero. I've played it a few times and it's really fun to play. But it seems fine. I don't really understand it. Like as far as like where it is in the meta and all that fun stuff. So I let you guys discuss it more. So I honestly I don't know. Like I know its spells seems good. Can push lanes.
I
Can
mean,
scale.
take it from the other perspective, right? Like you for sure as a position 5 played against couple of Darkseers at least, right? In games.
Yeah, for sure.
How was it playing against it? I mean, I know it's like pop, different from pro scene, but overall, like as a hero, how is it to play against it as 5 in your eyes?
I think I probably played bad ones. I didn't find it too difficult myself, but um, yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it could be a pain in the ass. It's annoying to deal with the lanes all the time, I suppose, if it's always pushing in lanes. I think pushing lanes, especially at low levels, is always good. And if people don't know how to deal with it, then they're fucked.
Hmm.
But I think it scales really well into the late game as well. Like double wall and all that like kind of shenanigans. Quite
I
can be
think
quite
like
good.
one of the most trash talents on 25 are Darkseer. The
It,
parallel wall or the AoE surge. I mean, AoE surge, yes, could be good, but it got also nerfed so many times that it's garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't necessarily mean the talents. I just mean like I don't know. It feels like he can do stuff in the late game. He can like displace people, which is always at a higher level, a really really valuable tool to like displace other heroes. See like Tiny and Tusk picked up solely for that reason. Like that's why those heroes are picked up, right? Like, well, not Tiny. Tiny's flexible and whatever, but a lot of them are picked up because they can scale.
How does Toss replace
Or sorry,
someone which,
Walrus kick.
yeah, with Ags? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just saying, like in the late game, that's becomes a factor for like pros. They
Sure.
like because like taking someone out of position is really important. A pro fight, pro
Especially when
game.
you're playing against Monkey King, right? And then you don't pick it up. 75-minute game. That's what you're saying, right?
I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah.
That game 2 on the final.
Oh right, yeah,
Zinq played the Tusk against the Monkey King and did not pick up the Ags at all.
yeah.
Play
I
picked
mean,
up a what 60 or 40-minute ish blade mail.
I think he was trying to get it too, and then he died, and like it was just so far away. Like I remember he had it queued. I think at one point. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he
sure.
did. He did, and he sold the Aeon disc as well for it.
No, he sold A and Dash to buy blade mail.
Yeah, he sold Aeon disc and he wanted to buy Ags, but didn't get the money, and he didn't have buyback anyway, so he bought the blade mail instead.
But anyways, this is a hero spotlight on Darkseer, not Tusk. Foreshadowing to next week.
Might be, yeah.
Then it's then you're not put on the spot. Then it's your choice.
Yeah. Gonna be
Um,
Dazzle again.
Yes.
in regard
No
to
es
the
posible.
in regard to the Darkseer, I think personally, like, it is not a hero in a like in my eyes, it's not first phase material. I think it's like second phase material because if you open it up, there are a lot of heroes that can play around it. Like you mentioned, the Oracle is the one that I prefer personally the most because that completely destroys Darkseer. Like Oracle, I think, like if there is a hero that Oracle counters the most, I think it's Darkseer. And ET for that matter as well. Like ET gets pretty trashed by Oracle as well. But Darkseer is one of them up there for sure in my eyes. Like just first of all, dispelling the Ion Shell, dispelling the storage, removing magical damage with the Fate's Edict as well. Like Darkseer gets trashed on by Oracle. So I think it's like second phase material. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like Darkseer always had like two builds, right? Like one was the utility build, previously seen when Crimson Guard was good with Crimson Guard Pipe, Shiva, Blink, Refresher or something like that.
So you
And
mean
now,
like 2017?
yeah, nowadays it's more like the other build, which is the Axe Rush, I believe, right? Like it's kind of like the Axe Rush into like Shiva, maybe Hex, Refresher, obviously Shard as well, being up there. And
No, I think like right now these days the build is either Ags or still utility, and then you go like Blink, BKB. BKB is bought a lot. Like if they're like on the games that are being played on Darkseer, BKB is a must. They buy Shard Ags usually and Shiva's Guard with BKB. That's the build. And then also like Orchid is up there with bot items. It's Orchid. But most bot is Shard, then Blink, then Axe, then Greaves actually, and then Shiva's.
the Graves might be because of like the years back, right? Like if you are checking Dota buff right now, I assume you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Greaves are probably like because of the previous patches. But like since you touched upon like the BKB meta and stuff, like I'm not like that big of a Darkseer player. I know you like that hero a lot more, so your opinion is more valid. Do you think that like against the BKB meta, isn't like the utility build kinda a bit better? Like I'm not saying the
No.
axe. I think the axe is great, like getting those two charges on Ion Shell. But like overall having just like the utility, like the Hex Shiva pipe, even though it's like worse, but then like the mech, obviously, like the Guardian Greaves and stuff.
I mean, my personal opinion, I would never buy Orchid on Darkshire, but I also like the games that I did play it recently. I think Shivas for me goes under utility because it denies enemy healing, slow, AoE damage. I think that goes for utility, but you need BKB to play the game. Also, I think the Axe is utility because not like it gives map presence by pushing the lanes harder, faster, easier. Also, the fact that it gives 275 HP makes your core you're playing with more tankier. The cores you're playing with more tanky. You can also save someone because as soon as you put it up, they have more health. They're more survivable. After that, I would definitely prefer utility build. Like I bought Greaves, I will buy like Blink to initiate. I will buy Greaves, I will buy Lotus, but you need BKB in order to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
my opinion. And then refreshers, like all refreshers, almost is good on almost any hero
Is
right now, right?
is Refresher low key the best overall item in the game?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
actually thinking about that, but
It hasn't been buffed, but it's just like slowly creeped up there.
It's
yeah,
been
because of
nerfed,
the
I think,
like the
twice.
active items are becoming way more popular, like BKB, because you need BKB to fight. That's why it gets better, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Also Lotus orbs, stuff like that, they're being bought, and also because those items are getting better, having those twice is even better, even
Yeah.
more value.
And all your spells and everything. Yeah, so
Yeah,
powerful.
a combination, like for example, back in the days when like Wraith King was like the meta, it's not as valuable on Wraith King, right? Because yeah, okay, having double ulti is very good, but like, what are you going to refresh? Because you're going to go all passive items, as in Armlet. It's just not passive, but it's not refreshable. Same goes for Deso. When Deso used to be popular, you're not refreshing that. Daedalus gets used to get
Radiance.
bought a lot. You're not like Radiance, yeah, Daedalus on some heroes. Like when TA carry was popular, you're not gonna refresh anything about Daedalus or something like that. That's why it's become more popular because the items that are
Abyssal,
popular right now.
Satanic, Sheepstick,
Yeah, exactly.
Revenant's Brooch, like um, Silence Stick. All of
Orchid,
these
yeah,
items,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
are all Lotus. Lotus is a big one actually. Not
True.
Lotus, sorry, Lincoln's.
Lincoln's also
Dude,
true.
Lincoln's is really good, like especially if they have a big spell, like if you're playing against say like a Bane Grip or maybe a Doom, and they go to break it, and your quick fingers pop the refresher and cancel the Doom. It's pretty big, game winning in the end game.
Yeah,
No,
definitely. Yeah, I mean that's like next level. That's 5 head play, but
Mhm.
I get what you mean. That could be true, yeah. But also the fact that like, oh, they're like within the team. You're saying, okay, the link is just broken, and use BKB. It also allows you to use BKB, then refresh. Then you have the linkage again, which
yep,
also allows you again to use the BKB, right?
yeah, of course. Like I'm not saying just press it right away. Like you'd get as many spells off as you could. But yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. Definitely.
Go in, pop the BKB early, like have the Lotus still up, get all your spells off, and then wait for the Lotus to pop before you pop the refresher.
But then you don't have to be as hesitant with the BKB as well, right? Like we usually, at
Use it
least
to
in like,
delete someone.
yeah, exactly. You can commit, and then when you're like getting gone on or whatever, you can refresh and then reset
Get out.
with another BKB or get out or use your another rounds of spells and then get out. But also, you can just go because if you like not die within your first BKB, you have it again and then reset the fight, right?
Yep. So hero or item spotlight is what I'm understanding. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the session of the episode, where we go and play a game of Dota.
Yeah. Okay, so as we don't have anything much more to add to Dark Seer and overall, I think
Why not?
I mean,
I want to talk about Darkshire, man. What the fuck?
it is 119 most per hero. Like, come
Yes,
on.
but it
Yeah.
ball of replica. We did not talk about that. I think it's super amazing. Will not slow spell immune enemies. I don't like that. Should do that. Wall duration can be higher. Elu duration, same thing. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Okay. So, as both guys mentioned, thank you guys very much for watching this episode 5. And Darkseer has a very interesting quote. A mind sharper than any blade. That is not something I would actually think that Hero would have as a quote, since he has 2 ultimates. Vacuum with 60-second cooldown and Wall of Replica with 100-second cooldown. But that's what it is, I guess.
No. The best Darkseer quote is the voice line.
Which
Like
one?
much like my head, your life lacks a point, or what is it?
Yeah, your life, much like your head, lacked a point.
Yeah, that's so good, man. I like voice lines, especially Darkseer. I like Darkseer.
Yeah, I think we all get them. Okay, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thanks to Tiger and Liberty for joining me today again. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome.
To talk
Yeah,
with you.
you're welcome. When do I get my money?
After we get famous, I don't know. And we will see you.
So
guys.
never.
Fuck.
Probably. And we will see you guys in the episode 6. Thank
Man, I'm not so sure about that anymore since I don't get paid.
Bye.
Bye.
you. Bye bye.